Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. This weekend in Birdseye, Indiana, it's the annual Birdseye Festival. Joining us in the studio is Chester Bayer and Bret Eckert. These two gentlemen are on the committee that is putting together the Birdseye Festival, the Birdseye Volunteer Fire Department Shindig. What's it called?
Family Picnic.
There you go, Family Picnic. Okay, it is this weekend, this Friday, Saturday?
Correct.
Let's talk about the events that are going on. Let's start with Friday's probably the best day. We can keep ourselves in order.
Friday, but we also don't want to leave out. This has basically been a 4-day event. We had the cruise in, which was a great success last Sunday, and had a fantastic turnout. So that kind of kicked things off. And then, of course, this evening, the euchre tourney will be taking place at Deb's Truck Stop. Always have a good turnout there, and her staff help cater to everyone's needs there in terms of some sandwiches and drinks, but playing a good old-fashioned euchre tourney, which is popular.
That's really neat to have a euchre tourney going on right now, and so it's a little late to enter, but you know, just to know that somebody's taking that game that you play in your kitchen table out and doing a tournament. How does a tournament like that work? Is it? I
have never been skilled in that area of playing cards. I always leave that up to someone
just go
else.
Watch
we want them to come on out.
All right.
It goes by the points, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the night then is the one that becomes the winner. So as they win each game, they earn their points, and then go that way. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Friday then.
Friday night, we're going to start off about 4 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and open up the hamburger booth. We have hamburgers. We'll have hot dogs. We'll have walking tacos. We'll have pizza burgers, and then the main thing that we have is the pulled pork each year. We got some of the volunteer firemen come. They start Friday morning early, start getting fixed up, and we've gotten close to running out in the last few years. So we always sell quite a few of them
this year.
We did add more this year, so.
Okay.
Very popular stuff.
And so that's and all of this, by the way, is at the Birdseye Park.
Yes.
Right.
Which is easy to find because it's really the center of town.
Yes.
It is.
Absolutely.
With the big parking lot.
Right off of 64, plenty of parking right there physically at the park. Virtually everything takes place there that we deal with the exception of the euchre tourney, which is this evening, as we mentioned. And then, of course, on Saturday, the car show is at the Christian Church south of Birdseye on 145. But predominantly everything is right there at the park.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's go on with Friday.
And then Friday, after we open up with a hamburger stand, then at 5 o'clock we'll go ahead and open. We'll have the grand raffle. We'll have the booth starting to open. We'll have kids games, so it's fun for the whole family. Kids can come out. We've got some new games this year for the kids, something different. So looking forward to it.
New game for the adults, a money wheel that will be working both Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, on Friday, the cornhole tournament will be taking place, which is on the circuit locally here, which is a part of that whole WBDC and on location type tournament. So looking forward to the big turnout there with the cornhole. And then on the main stage, Friday night, keeping with the tradition of local performers on stage, the High Road will be performing. They go on stage at 7 o'clock. They'll be playing till 10 there at the park to conclude that evening's events at the park physically. However, they will be transitioning. The High Road will move from the park at their closer at 10 p.m. over to the Whistle Stop, which, again, another local business like Deb's Truck Stop that is allowing the party to continue, so to speak. The band will transition over there and continue while the rest of us are trying to get ready for Saturday's events.
That's a great idea. Yeah. So your work doesn't stop. It just keeps going. Keeps going.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cornhole starts at 6:30. Come early, and then, as he said, then you can come play cornhole and then listen to the music and get you a bite to eat while you're out.
All right. So and it's all at the park.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Everything there
Friday,
is at
which
the
really
park.
is kind of like your kickoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Saturday's the big day. That's when there's a lot that goes on.
We start bright and early.
Wake up early.
Yeah, one of the things that starts is we do have the 5K run and walk. You don't have to run, so those that just want to come and walk and enjoy it in the morning, go out in the back roads of Birdseye, and we've got a nice little tour there for them. That starts at 8 o'clock. They can come to the First Pentecostal Church. It's on the north side of Highway 64 there, right behind the new Family Dollar.
Okay.
Up on top of the hill.
Come on top of the hill there, and that's where it starts. Come early. Registration usually starts at 7 o'clock. Of course, they take off at 8 o'clock then.
Okay.
And almost simultaneously on Saturday morning, the car show, as I mentioned earlier, will be taking place at the Birdseye Christian Church at south of town. Registration will open up early there. Everyone likes to get a nice spot if there's a shade tree available to get there bright and early. And registration will conclude at 12 o'clock noon with trophies and everything in closure there at the car show at 3 p.m. so that we can scuttle back up uptown to the rest of the evening's events. The food, the barbecue chicken and rib dinners, and all of the sides, and that fantastic German potato salad will be available at the car show. So we'll be able to provide food for everyone who is looking at the cars, as well as the folks that bring their vehicle up to share.
And to bring a vehicle, you don't have to pre-register or anything. You can show up Saturday morning and say, here's my car, this is whatever category I want to be in.
We'll be accepting registration and everything, like I said, up till 12 o'clock noon to give ample time to properly judge the cars and prepare everything for the closing part of the ceremony at 3 o'clock, and then shifting back up to the park. Also, during that time, we'll have the bake sale, ample things still going on up at the park while the car show is taking place. The money wheel will be running again, of course, and the horseshoe tournament will be kicking off in the early afternoon there. The start time on that is 1 p.m. There at the park. So lots of activities going on.
All throughout Birdseye. And then I guess early evening, food stands and things are still going on. Then we start getting into entertainment. And you do have some changes on your schedule. There's some slight notes about that.
Yeah, we have a couple of changes in some time slots, but also want to mention that we have a specific time slot this year for bingo to be there at the park. That's going to be scheduled to be ran from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. there at the park. So there's a special tented off area for those players. But the time changes. The Forest Park band Color Guard will actually be performing at 5 p.m. There has been a schedule change there for that event. And also then going into the evening's event on stage, Fire and Ice will be performing to close out the evening and the weekend's events. And they will be performing from 7 until 11. Now, during their intermission will be where we will give our prize winners for our cash raffle that we have. During their intermission or break, all of the names will be put in the drum, and we will draw out those winners and announce those at the break on Saturday evening.
And of course, license is on file for the raffle.
You got
Absolutely.
that. And for the raffle, those tickets are being sold Friday, Saturday.
You can pick them up right now at Deb's truck stop. Find one of the members of the fire and the park department. We all have them. And of course, then Friday night, if you want to come by, we've got the booths open. You can come by and get your raffle ticket. They're $10. We are giving away $3,000 cash, so we've got good prizes there. Everybody likes cash, so we always have a good turnout for it.
Cash works.
And the one thing about this event is, like all the community events that go on here, it is to benefit the community. So you're giving back to the community.
Yes.
And this money is going for the Birdseye Fire Department and the Birdseye Park.
Yes.
Right, a dual relationship that's been going on for quite some time, as is advertised. This is the 26th year, but these departments, and it's not just ours. All of the departments like this in the communities are on tough times financially in terms of what they want to do to protect us and serve the public. And the needs change every year. If you're going to add another firefighter, or if you're going to make improvements to the park, the money has to come from somewhere. And so we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, folks like you that give us an opportunity to advertise like this. But the people that are physically involved every year, the ones that we see all the time, the ones that are behind the scenes that don't get any recognition, they continually year after year, not just at our picnic in our community, in our town, but Ireland's got their big fest going on, all of the community festivals that go on. There's tons and tons of people behind the scenes. We swap equipment, we swap manpower, and the sponsors are unbelievable. I mean, none of this stuff could happen without full community support. And we just want to make sure that we recognize those folks, because if we were to invite those in here to the studio, those people that are behind the scenes, they're not interested in any of this, but they want to help. And it's in every community. There's tons and tons of people out there. So we'd like to thank everyone on behalf of all of those chairmen and all those behind the scenes people that thank you for your help.
And then, of course, those of you who show up, any cash you lay out for a soft drink, or cash that you lay out for the pulled pork or the raffle ticket you buy, that all goes back and helps the community.
Right.
Yeah. And also, you want, Chester, we were talking off the air, people who employ folks like you, they're really giving up some time too.
Yes, absolutely. Very good point. We were discussing that earlier, and that's true. We have sponsors. Some of those very people that we're talking about are key sponsors to all the community events around here. But when you're allowed to take off work like I am and participate in this, those sponsors and those employers of the people behind the scenes, we're very grateful that they give us this leeway and time off to do this and help support the community. And we'd like to thank those folks as well. Thank you.
And we do know Ireland's bicentennial is going on this weekend. You know, it seems like every weekend for the next 5 weekends there is something going on. So you've got plenty of time to do both. You can go to Birdseye Friday night and Ireland the next day, or Ireland Friday night and go to Birdseye. So make sure that you participate in what is a community event that brings the community together.
Right, and everyone supports everyone, and that's the key. That's the success that everyone is having, is because we're all pulling basically for the same thing. We want to improve everyone's community, and it takes all of us together.
Okay, now for those who don't know, Birdseye is really in the southeast corner of the county, and easy to get to on 64.
Absolutely.
Or right off of 145 and come up.
Right.
Well known for the dairy barn. Everybody comes to get ice cream.
If you know what the dairy barn is, you know Birdseye. All right, gentlemen, anything you'd like to add?
Just want to thank again all the volunteers, all those that come out. We've got excellent food. These firemen fix food on Saturday, and I don't know if you've had the ribs, but I'm going to tell you something. Those ribs are excellent. They
Challenge you to come on out.
Great job. You will not be disappointed in the food. We make a German potato salad, which people sometimes will get extra containers. You can get an extra container, take it home with you, have you a snack after later on the midnight or whenever or the next day. So just appreciate, we do have the 3-on-3 basketball. We've got volleyball going on. We've got horseshoe going on. We've got kids games. We've got the raffle. We've got slushies. We've got fun for the whole family, and it's always a good time for everyone. And we
family
appreciate
event.
it.
So, and really on Friday starts around, is it 4 o'clock?
Around 4 o'clock.
Okay, around 4 o'clock until about 11? Okay,
Yeah.
and then, we'll continue beyond that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and then also Saturday, really all day, starting with the run and the car walk early in the morning, all the way up throughout the day and the evening.
The
Absolutely.
final with Fire and Ice, and then of course our raffle winners will be announced during their break or intermission for that band that evening. Yes.
All right, it's all going on this weekend in Birdseye, Indiana. It's the 26th annual Birdseye
Fire and Park.
Birdseye Park and Fire Department 26th Annual Picnic going on this Friday and Saturday. Actually started tonight with the Uke Attorney. Thanks to Chester Bayer and also Bret Eckert, who have joined us here for WJTS in.form. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bill.
Hope to see you in
Appreciate it.
Birdseye. Thanks for joining us. This is WJTS. We're local people watching local people.